Alright guys, welcome back to the Gatewave channel, man. It's your boy Big Drizzy. We back out here again with the Apollo Pro scooter. Man, I have so much to just say about this scooter, good and bad. This is the second Apollo Pro that I've purchased. I purchased the first one in February. We're gonna get right into it. The light is getting a little dark. It's been a little hectic, guys. But I really want to give you guys some feedback on this scooter. I want to first preface this review by thanking Apollo, all the engineers, all of the workers, everybody who made this scooter possible. I want to, give them a round of applause. I want to give them their flowers. I want to give them their just due because it really is an awesome scooter. It has some little hiccups here and there that really need to be addressed, but the idea, the concept, everything behind this is just really, really cool, and it has gotten me to and from work 10 miles each way since February on days that just aren't super cold or super torrential downpour days. It has gotten me safely, for the most part, to work and back home, 20 miles every day. So for that, I want to thank both of the scooters because they allow me not to be caught up on trains with messed up signals, sick passenger, delays. You can just pop your earbuds in, get on your scooter, man, make sure everything is airtight, do your checklist, and head to where you need to head to, whether that's school, whether that's work, whether that's the gym. Scooters are just super practical ways of transportation, man. That's why we're seeing so many of them on the road. So let's get into the review real quick. The first Apollo scooter that I have is out of commission. The front mechanism here. All right, let's go down here. All right, when you go over a really harsh bump, this mechanism here is going to pop open. The hook is going to drop down and it's going to break. All right, I have video of it. I'm going to try and include it in at the end of this review so you guys can know. I've gone through 2 of these since February on the first scooter. This is going into the 3rd week now that I haven't received a replacement hinge from Apollo. You think that they would kind of make this a priority, being as though this is the second time the same customer has had the same issue in less than 6 months. All right, so I just want to preface this review by saying that that's a little disconcerting with that scooter. That's why when I bought the second one, this one here, they're now including them with this little rubber kind of belt or brace to keep this closed, and so that it doesn't pop out. So that's their little band-aid for this issue. It's unacceptable in my eyes. All right, we have thousands of scooter companies out there, and the majority of them seem to be able to make a solid hinge. You guys engineered a great scooter and did it well in every other fashion, but you kind of did not dot the I and cross the T's with this clamp here. All right, and I would go out on a limb to say that Apollo, I think they've already addressed it with this. They said they've sent out new hinges. I think they're going to redesign that. I would, if I was an engineer, because that's one thing on the scooter. I mean, you don't want anything failing on the scooter, but that's one thing you definitely want to be riding your scooter and worrying about. So many things to get into, guys. All right, so many things. If I'm missing anything, leave your questions down below. I will answer them as best as I can. I think in one of my first videos I addressed the cockpit and the ergonomics. I think they should redesign this whole thing as well. Give you some tactile buttons for the indicators and the on and off, and I double click this button sometimes and it doesn't even change the gears. All right, we saw another company, I think it was on Freshly Charged or whatever, another scooter company where they implemented this light, but it was a bar not on the end it was like a little bar inside here so that if the scooter were to fall, it wouldn't crack these. All right, I think that's a better idea, to put the light somewhere in here, right, so that the end caps don't break, or just make stronger end caps. That'll add a little weight, right? Bluetooth speaker, that's awesome. You can jam with that. You guys got to redesign this screen here, man. All right, we should have the speed there, we should have the time of day. I know we have the quad lock. I'm sure everybody who bought this scooter doesn't use the quad lock. I could be wrong. All right, what else do I have to talk about, guys? We have the regenerative brake. A lot of people, when I first did the review on the first Apollo, and said that the regenerative brake wasn't really that strong, and they said, oh, adjust the regenerative brake, and I told them I had it 100%. It wasn't that strong. On this scooter, it's stronger. So there's an inconsistency with that there. All right, we have one charging port down here. I think you guys need to put two there. You know, God forbid I trip and snap this. I can't even charge my scooter. It'd be good to have all the other scooters, the majority of the scooters, they always come with two ports. All right, back here on this, right, on both scooters. Come on, man. This is supposed to be a Pro. This is coming from the factory. I've got to now put Gorilla Glue or Crazy Glue on that. And this has happened on both of the scooters that I've had. This is peeling up. All right, you guys got to do better than that. Fenders, awesome. Awesome coverage. All right, I give it a 99.9 because you are going to get wet from the splashing up and down. You know, the deck, super solid, man. Super solid. That's why I call this kind of like a little Silver Surfer in a way, because when you stand on the deck, it feels firm, it feels rigid. There's no flex. It just really feels solid and inspires confidence when you're standing on it. I'd like to see the deck a little longer. All right, you have this coming in here a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. You have this coming in here a little bit. I'd like to see the deck maybe about 2 inches longer, because everybody starts putting their foot up on this, and you got to remember the handlebars do swing back a little bit. Right, most scooters, you never see the handlebar, or the stem I should say, you never see that go straight up, right? It's always kind of at an angle, sweeping in towards the rider. Suspension, all right, this is supposed to be a Pro. All right, you got to give us coilover suspension in the front and the back. All right, I know that elastomer in the back, that rubber, I know Kim does that same thing. It lasts a long time, and you guys were trying to achieve this thing with the self-healing tires, you know, and just being able to have a scooter that you don't really have to do maintenance on as well, and I applaud that. But I think, you know, roads today are just crappy. You understand? I mean, if I show you some of the holes that I see here in New York with my scooter, I thank to God that I'm paying attention to the road, because if my front wheel of my scooter would ever drop into any of some of these holes, I probably would flip over, or would probably snap the whole wheel off of the scooter. All right, so something else for Apollo, I think, to consider. You guys need to make a New York version of your scooter. All right, fully adjustable hydraulic suspension. Like I said, I think you guys, like the Talarias, like the e-mountain bikes, I think you guys need to start outfitting like RockShox and professional suspension, maybe even developing a relationship with RockShox, with Fox, any of these major mountain biking suspension companies, to really dial in suspension for your scooters, right? So you have something for 100-pound riders, 200-pound riders, 300-pound riders, right? And I really think that's the best thing to do. Me coming from a mountain biking background, you really, when you're dealing with scooters, with bikes, stuff with suspension, you really have to dial it in to get the best out of the suspension, and for the person to really be under control of whatever you know, they're riding on. So, you know, we got the light up here. These brakes here, they are mechanical. As you can see, I've got the yellow light on down there, right? The lighting is so dope. All right, that's one of the things that are just killer about this scooter, is the lighting. You can change the lights in the deck, you can change the lights in the stem. All right, super super awesome for like the summertime, or you're in the city or you're somewhere where it's super dark and you have to commute. It's great to know that you have really bright, really customizable, super visible, high quality lights on this scooter. um just have so much to tell you guys, man. I'm trying to think and make sure I don't miss anything. But like I said, I want you guys to leave comments down below. Again, another home run is the self-healing tires. We have not, knock on wood, had any issues with those since February. They've been awesome. Ridden in the rain with the scooter, it's been awesome. It's hot now, we're going through the sprinkler. It's been awesome. All right, make sure when you do go through these things, you get some spray lubricant, you spray in the joints, you spray your drum brakes. All right, you do have drum brakes here. You guys do have drum brakes here on the wheels. As you can see, you guys have the drum brakes, you have the suspension, you have the red knob there, controls the rebound so you're not pogoing all over the place. You do have, I think they said, some high quality bearings in this stem, and I mean, they don't feel bad. There is a little bit of a notchiness in it. I don't know if that's because they're new, or I don't know. It's not really a problem or anything that I think about that much, but this is supposed to be a pro machine. It can't just look pro, guys. It's got to have pro components. All right, again, mechanical brakes, we can't have that. These brakes are a major letdown. I think Apollo should redesign the cockpit, and they should give you some really, really nice brakes on this scooter. Okay, those brakes are really, really, really a letdown. Apollo should be ashamed that they outfitted this scooter with it. I come from a mountain biking background, man. These feel like, I just sprayed them with some lube, but before they were just notchy and just frictiony. And the good thing is that you do have minimal wires for everything. A lot of scooters, you have a ton of wires. On my RS, it's got a shitload of wires on it. The wire routing is like a mountain bike. It runs through everything. It's very, very clean. Down here, you don't even have a lot of wires. You have one wire going back there. So that I really do appreciate that about it too. It's just a really, really clean looking scooter. People always just look at it like, wow, what is that? All right, damn, I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff, guys, but I had to get something out for you. This is a good scooter. I think even though with the mishaps and the somewhat poor customer service, if you can get your hands on one, it is really, really a nice scooter. I recommend it to a certain extent. The stem thing is still an issue. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna see if this little rubber brace will prevent me from braking anymore. I think it should, but you never know. Again, Apollo, still waiting for that. Another thing with Apollo, I'd like to say to Apollo, when you guys bring new scooters out, make sure you guys have the parts, make sure you guys have the inventory in stock before you start releasing the scooters and stuff like that. It's just, it's tough to get parts from you guys. A lot of times you're out of parts, and you're waiting 2, 3, 4 weeks to get parts or longer. All right, guys. What else could I tell you about the scooter, man? You're gonna get, I'm about 250. Again, I've been riding both scooters. Very smooth motor. One thing that I do like about the scooter is because you have to use the regenerative braking, you kind of pace yourself when you're scootering. You're not going balls out. It kind of teaches you to be a little safer, and you really do learn to ride with the regenerative brake. With that, there is also some muscle memory, all right, because you're going from pressing a lever like that to pressing down like that to go and to stop in the left and the right hand. So getting your muscle memory used to that does take some getting used to, and when you go on another scooter, you might even revert back to what you do on this. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm sure you guys at home who have thumb throttles or twist throttles, you know, they're both different. You handle and ride them differently. Um, what else do I have to tell you guys, man? All right, they said this is what, 70 something pounds, 80. I want to say 90, but I'm like, wow, is it that heavy? It is a robust scooter. Good thing the folding mechanism, which I'm not even going to mess with, is very, very easy to unlock and just fold down. And again, lock right in here with this little piece that comes out there. Has anybody's who has a Apollo Pro like this, has anybody's little tab right here, has anyone's broken off while they tried to use it down there and carry this scooter? I'm interested to know. All right, guys, big, nice tires, nice suspension, nice kickstand, customizable lights, Bluetooth speaker. All right, just really, really a lot of fun on this scooter, man. Please holler at your boy. Let me know if you have any questions on it. I'm gonna do another one in some daylight, maybe tomorrow. I'll do one really quickly so that you guys can see it. But leave questions down below, man. Like, subscribe. Your boy Big Drizzy for Getaway, man. We'll be back real soon. Peace.